Okay, so today we're going to do a full organ reset. So our organs, of course, have physical functions in the body, but every single organ has a really strong emotional component as well. So we're going to work through engaging with all of our organs. Also, other than the heart, the majority of the organs don't have a function to release the waste around the organs and the restriction in the fascia. So when we get into the fascia, we help the body do what it naturally knows to do, which is to detox, which is to get rid of anything that isn't for our highest and greatest good. So we're going to start with the ileocecal valve. Ileocecal valve, if you find your belly button, you're going to come a couple of inches to the right, a couple of inches down. Sometimes this feels like a ball, sometimes this can be really tender. Don't worry too much about the exact positioning because intention is really important. For me today, it's a little sore. And we're going to press in. It's sometimes easier to do palm up. So we press in here, it doesn't need to be really hard. And then we thumbs up. So we're basically pressing in, twisting and pinning in place. With the other hand, you can bring it behind your neck. And we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth, just paying attention to where you have connected with this right hand. So in through the nose first. Nice deep breaths. One more through the nose. Now 3 through the mouth, and I just want you to be really curious. As you connect with this part of your body, what do you notice? Is anything moving around? Are there any sensations available? One more. I like to say whilst I'm here, I give myself permission to process anything from the past that is keeping me stuck. I'm ready to move forward. Take a little breath here. Let it percolate. Have a little stretch of the fingers and hands. And with this, sometimes it's really subtle, sometimes it's not. I just want you to be here with yourself. Notice any sensations, should they be available. That's really what this work is about. It's expanding our capacity to connect with and feel. So now we're going to come to the liver and gallbladder. So this is on the right side underneath the rib cage. So we're going to do the same thing. Find a point of tension. I always say with fascial maneuvers, find your point of tension. So I may be closer to the outside of my rib one day. Sometimes I'm closer to the middle point. Really find what feels right for you to connect with. So we press in, we twist and we pin in place. Remember, we pin in place, and the reason we do this is because when we move and breathe, then because we have this pinned, everything around it has to move around. So we're just encouraging the body to do what it knows to do and giving it the best conditions. So once we're here, you can bring your hand again. We're going to go 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth again. Through that nose first. 2 more through the nose. One more. Now 3 in through the mouth. So liver and gallbladder predominantly represent anger and resentment in the body. So last one through the mouth. I like to say thank you, anger, thank you, resentment, for showing me where my boundaries have been crossed. I do not need to hold you in my body any longer. I choose to honor my boundaries moving forward. It's always a big one for me. Have a shuffle around. Notice, is there anything moving? Is anything feeling any different? Maybe the sensations were more flat before and now it's more tingly and moving. We just want to be the observer, like I was saying. Now we're going to come similar place, but the other side. We're going to come to the stomach. So left hand side of the ribs this time. We press in, we thumbs up. You can also pull towards the midline if that you get a better grip. It's whatever works for you. So finding your point of tension here. We're going to go 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth again. There's a theme here. Through that nose. 2, 3. Now through the mouth. Our stomach predominantly is linked to our desires, our belief, our worth. So I like to say, I believe in myself. I give myself permission to step into my highest timeline, to dare to dream my biggest dreams and bring them forth into my reality. Nice. Have a stretch out. Now we're going to come to intestine. So belly button. So we're going to go on the left hand side. So where we were in the stomach, just down a little bit in the inside of the hip. And we're connecting with the intestines. Lungs and intestines predominantly linked to grief. So this can be quite an emotional one for a lot of people. So I want you to press in, twist up, find your pin. With the other hand comes behind the neck. Again, these are all the vagus nerve points, so it is just sometimes helpful for the body to have your hand here. If for any reason you can't get grip with one hand, it's absolutely okay to have two hands here too. So in through the nose, really connecting with this right hand, this part of your body. One more through the nose. Now through the mouth. I want you to say thank you, grief, for showing me how deeply I have loved. I honor this depth, but I don't need to hold you in my body any longer. Nice. Have a wiggle around. In between, we just want to have a little break. We don't need to rush to the next. Often things will be moving around and you'll notice different sensations, and we just really want to welcome, even if these sensations are uncomfortable, this is what we're here to do. Often the actual release in the body, the emotional, energetic release of things from the past, does feel uncomfortable, and it is okay that the body is presenting it in this way. So through this work, especially if you do it every day, it's about, like I said before, just building our capacity to be with what is in the body so that it can finally be moved through. So we're going to do a bladder release next. You can do it with one hand, two hand. I find that I get a better grip with two hands. So we're going to come to the pubic bone. We're going to pull the skin up. We pin in place, remember, so we keep this here. I like to bring my shoulders back. I like to squeeze my bum, so bringing my hips forward to increase the tension point. You can move around slowly as we breathe here. And we're going to go through the nose first. Bladder predominantly links to fear that we hold in the body. Fear of moving forward. Fear of what might happen if we choose to step forward in a specific direction. Now through the mouth. I like to say thank you, fear, for trying to keep me safe. I trust myself and I do not need to hold this in my body any longer. I choose to step forward in my desired direction, knowing that I am guided and taken care of. And release. Oof. I feel quite sick right now, which is something that's very normal when we're connecting with the bladder. I like to connect with the sensation. It's very normal when something uncomfortable comes up in the body that we're like, ooh, ooh, we want it to go away. And although that is a normal reaction, with this kind of work, what we want to be doing is welcoming where we can and where we have the capacity and safety to do so. So I like to say if something comes up in my body that's really painful or really intense or really uncomfortable, I put a hand there and I'm like, okay, hey buddy, I'm okay with feeling this. And then I breathe into it and it usually dissipates very quickly. What the body wants is the acknowledgement, the awareness. It needs to bring forward the sensation for it to be able to move through. So now we're going to do left kidney. Then we'll do a spleen, then we'll do the other side. So we're going to bring our left hand to that rib cage, kind of like along the bra line if it's available for you. And I want you to squeeze your rib and pull it down slightly. With the right hand, it's going to come to the back of the neck like we did before. We're going to move our head to the left, and then we're going to lean over to the right. And I want you to find where, so you can come forward a little bit should you want to, you can come back. I want you to find that point of tension. And so we're head to the left, body to the right. Then we're going to do sharp breaths. So like we did at the beginning, we're going to go in, more. So kidneys linked to our energy, and out. We're going to do 2 more of those. So sharp breaths in, hold at the top if you can, bend into that tension, lean in and out. 1 more, in and out. Keeping here. I like to see our kidneys as the way that we filter the world. So I like to say, I give myself permission to see past the illusion. Beautiful. So we're gonna keep our hand here, and we're gonna come to the spleen, which is a little bit further down, close to the spine. Again, don't worry too much about the absolute specifics. It's a little bit further down, close to the spine, towards the bottom of the rib cage. Once we're here, we're gonna squeeze in again. Sometimes this is sore, and that is all is well, that is normal. And we're gonna do the same thing. So head comes to the left again. I like to actually tuck my chin. It gives me a better tension line. We're gonna lean over to the right again until you find that tension line in your thumb. Then we're gonna breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. The spleen predominantly links to worry, so I want you to lean into tension here. So in through the nose, 2, 3. As you can see, I like to bend into this right leg through the mouth now. We lean into tension always. 1 more. Come up very slowly. I like to say thank you, worry, for trying to keep me safe. I do not need to overthink to feel safe in my body or my life. And release. Let that percolate. That one is usually a big one for me. I notice now that my mind is so much calmer, like the energy feels like more flat to me. I'm burping, which means there's stuff moving through. Yeah, if you're ever in an overthinking spiral, or you're feeling very anxious or worried, do the spleen release and it will help kind of just bring the body back into balance. So we're going to do the other kidney. So right hand comes to that kind of bra line, boob line. We squeeze in, we push down. Left hand comes behind the neck again. This time the head comes to the right, which means we lean over to the left. We find that point of tension and those 3 in breaths. So sharp breaths. We're really waking the kidney energy up. And out. So 3. Hold at the top if you can. Twist a little bit more and out. 1 more. In. Hold. Ooh, lean into that tension and out. Woo. Feels good. So if you ever need a bit of a pep, a bit of a energizer in your day, do the kidneys, and you'll find that things just really start to flow a little bit more. I feel more present, like things feel a bit more colorful, which is always nice. Now we're going to do the thyroid. So we're going to there's a few ways you can do this. I like to bring one hand to like my clavicle and pull down. And I like to bring the other hand and very gently push the skin up. So with fascial maneuvers, we're always dealing with the counter rotation. You noticed before head was to the left, which means body comes to the right. So we pull down here gently. And with it's my left hand, I'm going to pull that skin up very gently. It doesn't need to be intense. And we're going to breathe 3 in through the nose, 3 in through the mouth. So in through the nose. If you look up, it intensifies it a little bit. 3. Now through the mouth. So the throat is all about us speaking our truth, unsurprisingly. for the words, the emotions that we swallow, I like to say, it is safe to speak my truth. I do not need to stay silent to keep other people comfortable. I am here to speak my truth. Ooh, that was nice. Again, notice what's happening in your body. Is there any sensations rising? Sometimes this is big emotionally for me, but really, are we noticing any tingling, any flatness? Is there any warmth? For me, there's always warmth here that kind of like creeps up my neck when I do that. And we're just gonna end with head-heart coherence. So I like to think that the heart always knows the way. And there's so much fun research about the heart having its own field, and this really being the center of our existence and being. And personally, I am an overthinker sometimes. So we're doing head-heart coherence because the mind has a really important role to, to move us forward. Yes, it's productivity, to keep us safe, but it is programmed for survival. So when we bring attention to head and heart being in coherence, it helps me certainly lead and start my day in a heart-led way. So I want you to put one hand on your heart, the other on your head, and we're gonna breathe 6 times in whatever way feels good. And I want you to imagine the energy coming from the heart, so up the central point, all the way up, out the top of the head and round again. And this is an indicator, like this is how the toral field works, that the heart is leading the way. So the mind and the heart both have really, really important jobs. But we want to be heart-centered. It's usually a more grounded, quiet guidance from the heart. So one hand on the heart, one hand on the head. Let's take those breaths in through the nose first. Allow anything that wants to come on that exhale to come. I like to say thank you, head. Thank you, mind, for trying to move me forward and keep me safe. I do not need your stories that limit me or restrict me. Although I appreciate your intention, please let the heart lead the way. And then in through the mouth. I like to say thank you, heart, for your infinite guidance. I trust in your guidance always. You get to lead the way today and every day. Please work together with our mind and our body for our highest and greatest good. I also like to finish my practice by saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, to my whole body, my whole field. One more deep breath in. Anything that wants to come on that exhale. And again, just be the observer. I would love to know how you felt before and after. Give it a go and let me know how you find it.